Welcome back to the channel. I'm Colin, and today we will be checking out Fiio's latest budget digital audio player, the Snowsky Echo Nano. This unit retails for roughly around $52. Let's check out the unboxing first. It comes in a small and simple box. After opening it, we see the unit itself, and there's actually not a lot that's included. There's a USB A to C cable at the bottom and some documentation. Despite this being a more budget player, it feels incredibly solid in hand. It has an all-aluminum CNC shell, and I believe the screen is made of glass. Mine is in black and red, but the Echo Nano is available in a total of 7 colors, so lots to choose from. On the top, or the left of the unit, we have a USB-C port for charging and connectivity, and a microSD card slot. According to Fiio, it supports cards up to 256 gigs, but I have been using it with a 512 gig card without any problems. On the bottom, we have a single-ended mini jack port. Unlike other Echo players, the Nano only supports single-ended output. That's capable of outputting 120 milliwatts at 32 ohms. Now let's check out the UI. There's a scroll wheel on the right of the device, which you can use as a lock button, a screen on-off button, and volume control. You single press to turn the screen on and off, and double press to activate the lock. But a weird quirk here is that the lock only locks the knob itself, and does nothing to the other playback buttons on the right. There's no way to lock these buttons, which I find a bit strange. But Fiio is very good on firmware updates. Hopefully they will add some adjustability to the lock functions of these buttons. The volume rocker here is actually a navigation button in the menu. It also acts as next and previous track buttons during playback. The smaller button acts as a play-pause button. It also works as a back button when you long press it. So that's basically how you navigate the device. On the main menu there are 5 items: File Browser, which allows you to browse your card, and the 256 MB internal memory for firmware updates. Then it's Media Library. Once you've scanned your memory card and that your files support metadata tags, you can browse your music by favorites, artists, albums, and genres. If you use WAV files, you can also navigate by folder structure. Then it's Music Playback. This is basically the Now Playing screen. You can double press the left button to favorite a song. Double press the right button to switch from a timecode to a time bar for music playback. Or you can also switch to a toolpan visualizer, which is pretty cool. Double pressing the select button brings you to the 4th item on the menu, Music Settings. Music Settings is where you get to set stuff like gain, digital filters, and channel balance. We can also set playback mode to shuffle mode in this loop setting menu. Surprisingly, there's also a custom 5-band EQ that you can adjust on device. Last, we have System Settings, where you can set the screen brightness, SD card settings, language settings, etc. Nothing special really. So that's pretty much it for the menu navigation. The Echo Nano also works as a dongle DAC or USB DAC. All you need to do is connect it to your phone or computer and select USB DAC. There is a cassette tape graphic when in USB DAC mode. The tape spins when it's playing. You can adjust the volume on the Nano itself using the knob. You can use the playback buttons to play, pause, and skip tracks. The USB port is on the left of the device, which makes it slightly awkward when used as a USB DAC, but I suggest you can get an L-shaped cable if you plan to use it this way. Please also note that the Nano doesn't come with a C to C cable. The Echo Nano features a CS43131 DAC chip. It's a super popular chip used in dongle DACs, and we have seen it many times. Using it with the Kiwi Ears Cadenza 2, the sound quality is very clean and has a very good airy soundstage presentation, which I didn't notice when reviewing other dongles using the same chip. For the tonality, I do hear a little bit of added warmth and body in the mid-range and mid-bass, but it's very clean, quiet, and pretty neutral. Driving the Cadenza 2 in high gain, I get sufficient volume at around 35 to 40 steps out of 120 steps in total, so that should be plenty of headroom for IEMs even if you are a loud listener. Using it with the Jade Audio JT7, I was able to get sufficient volume at around 75 steps, so still plenty of headroom with use with full-size headphones that are not super hard to drive. Honestly, the Echo Nano almost hits all the marks for me as a budget MP3 or digital audio player. But if I had to pick out some cons, I wish the hold or lock button would also lock the playback buttons. There's also a little bit of scratchiness when I scroll the wheel, which isn't a big deal, but things I noticed when using the Echo Nano. Last, due to its form factor, the battery would only last around 4 to 6 hours in real-life usage playing FLAC files. If you need it to last the whole day, the Echo Mini or Echo would probably be a better choice for you. If you want a small, budget digital player to play your music files and CD rips offline, I think Fiio honestly has all the best options in the category. Get the Echo or Echo Mini if you need Bluetooth functionality or a bigger screen. But if the small MP3 form factor is what attracts you, get the Echo Nano. It's a form factor that would basically fit in any pocket. Using an offline device can feel like a breath of fresh air nowadays when we are all so used to streaming. So if this is the device you are interested in, please check out the links below, and let me know if you have any questions about the device. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.